Guys, welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Bruce and today I want to present the closest games I had in 2023. If you're interested in more reviews and gameplay, go to YouTube and search for World of Tanks with Bruce to get all of my videos, or click on the subscribe button. And now let's go. So I'm going to present two games which have been really close, thrilling, and which are, in my opinion, entertaining. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, here we are in the first game. We are playing the CS52 Liz on Prokhorovka in a special matchmaking because we are top tier and there's no artillery. So let's take a look at the map and see what options we have. Spawning on Prokhorovka in the north, the situation usually develops like this, and with the medium tank you have several options. First of all, you can play the 2-lane. However, in my opinion, this gameplay here is more static and there is not developing much, at least at the beginning of the game. So with the medium tank, I like to go to the 0 lane and play on top of this hill here, and then either let's say here, and then either try to fight against the tanks which are playing aggressively here, or against the tanks which are in this position, or even get shots of opportunity towards the heavy tanks once they get spotted right here in the middle. Now, if you manage to win this flank, then you can fall back into the enemy base like this, and then basically develop map control and then try to win the game. Alright, so this is where I want to go. I think the gameplay on the 1 and 2 lane is relatively stationary, and instead I want to try to win the hill on the 0 lane, because I think it is the more dynamic lane, and maybe we can make pressure, win the whole flank, and then maybe make pressure towards the enemy base. So let's see how it goes. We are in a top tier scenario, as I said, so that is pretty good. There's only one light tank in the game. The enemy team has the VK2801-105. Looks like he is already spotted and playing maybe a tiny touch too aggressive, but we will see. But for the time, what we want to do is we want to go to this bush and then get some cross shots towards the middle to the BZ176, but we are spotted, so we have to fall back. And then I want to re-enter this bush. Let's see if we can get a shot. No, the tank is falling back. Okay, we have once again spotted another tank. Looks like the enemy team is playing relatively aggressively. So far not a problem at all. The problem would be if, like in this situation, the opponent team tends to not be patient and tends to push you out. If you're sitting where I am sitting right now, he's turning the turret towards us, so we cannot get a penetration. But as I am a top tier and as I have support, that's not a problem whatsoever. So let's see, can we get another shot? Nice, the first shot on the BZ176, a bit lucky if you ask me, but that is of course fine. We take everything we can get, and I think the BZ176 is of course the most dangerous opponent in this matchup. Okay, we're spotted, so we need to fall back instantaneously. The good thing about this bush is not only gives it the first shot opportunity towards the middle, but it also is like I can fall back and be safe once I'm spotted, so not a problem at all. Let's see. Oh, here you go. Thanks a lot, Mr. A43. Thanks a lot for... Okay, my team is playing over aggressively. That is something you should not do, because not only can you get shots from the from the H0 position, but you can also be shot at from the middle. So we bounce on the cupola. Okay, maybe we hit the very side of the cupola, and now the problem developing is that I am losing all my support. So yes, I'm top tier, but if let's say 4 or 5 low tier tanks are pushing me out, then I have no chance against them whatsoever. So okay, we go. Of course, my my armor is working against the tier 6 tanks. The armor of the CS52 list is actually not too strong. The turret armor is okay, however not so much against tier 8 or tier 9 tanks if they load premium ammunition, which happens quite often, but against tier 6 tanks obviously it is relatively strong. Okay, so 1300 damage so far, and what we also have to keep in mind in this situation is we do not have any sniper support from tanks sitting in the back. So usually there is one or another tank destroyer or maybe sniper tank sitting in the B9 position and giving us support. Okay, the KV2 is approaching our position, and now it is time to rip him apart. Actually, I'm not... Okay, he's falling down into... Looks like the... No, he's not. At least not yet. Okay, so let's see if we can get some more damage. Yeah, yes, okay. He's falling down. Now the only thing to basically move out of this little riverbed is to fall back to the H0 position, so all the way back, so he's not a problem for us anymore. And so we can concentrate back on to the approaching tanks which are approaching here on the hill. So I want to get a shot, nice, onto the P44. Meanwhile, we are lucky and bounce the shot of the A43. I think his penetration is really lackluster in a tier 8 scenario. So now we might be able to take him out, nice. We get a shot from the P44 Pantera, which is fine. But so far, I think we are holding this hill, which is extremely important, because if the enemy forces manage to win this flank, then basically our team only has a quadrant of the map, so a quadrant of map control. There you go, nice, we can take them out. And so it is super important to hold this hill. Okay, looks like the Super Hellcat is approaching the middle. This is a bad choice by him because we have the first spot and first shot advantage. And here goes, we have to destroy the house. Now you see me play cautiously, so every time I take a shot I fall back. Why? Well, because I have a reload of, let's say, I don't know, 8 seconds, 9 seconds anyway, and so during this period of time in which I have to reload anyway, I want to make sure that I don't get shot at in case I was spotted or I have been spotted. And so that's what you always should do in order to preserve HP. Looks like our team has won the 1 and 2 lane, and as I say this, our light tank is getting taken out, which is bad because the light tank is the tank class which is able to decide the game at the end of the game, especially on an open map like this. So let's see. Okay, can we go? Let's see. Okay. Now there's still the Stritzwagen, but looks like he has fallen back. Okay, so you know what? Maybe we should finally push. Okay, that is bad. Our heavy tank has been taken out of the game. The KV2 in the middle by the BZ1. Okay, there he is again. He's now also falling back, and now I have to make sure that I do not get shot by the BZ176 in the middle. The problem is that we have only tier 6 tanks, and okay, of course the T103, that's good, but so far we have to fight against multiple tanks here and win this side. Okay, so let me see, 2900 damage, so far so good. However, we have to make sure that we can win. Okay, bounce this shot on the gun mantlet of the KV. You know what, I will use this rack in order to make... Okay, he gets damage, however he has certainly the longer reload, so you know what, let's take out the Hellcat and then let's hide behind the rack and let's see. Here you go, because we should have no problem whatsoever. Nice, so we can take out both tanks. So now, let's see, can we get a okay, the Stritzwagen 74 is aiming towards us, so we need to, okay, we need to take out this tank. Here you go, and nice, we bounced this shot, that was super important. Okay, perfect. So we could take out the Stritzwagen, and now it is 3 tanks or 4 tanks against 3 tanks. Now I'm not so much afraid of the KV2s, but I'm afraid of the BZ-176. So okay, that was very unfortunate, and hopefully this will not. Okay, I do not know where this shot went, but I think this was very unfortunate. Hopefully this will not bite us at the end of the game. So you know what, let's try and use our spotting advantage that we have in our medium tank against those heavy tanks. Now let's see. So what I want to do is I want to create a crossfire situation. So sorry, I want to fall into the rear of the BZ-176 and maybe also spot the KV2, so that this tank can be taken under fire by from 2 directions. This is super important, because if our team broads frontally against the BZ-176, then none of us will have a chance of penetrating this tank, because keep in mind, this tank is completely OP when it comes to armor, so we have to open up a second flank. Okay, the KV2 is spotted, but unfortunately from this position I cannot take a shot onto him. And he also managed to take out our Sherman, our Easy 8. That is very unfortunate, and our T-103 has also been taken out of the game. Okay, that is very unfortunate. You know what? Let me see, what can we do now? I would like to, yeah, sorry dude, sorry. I would have liked to get a shot onto the KV2, but the problem is there was no line of fire, and so okay, now things are not looking too good. It is a 1 versus 2 situation. The good thing is both tanks are one shot, and so maybe I can spot them and then create a 1v1 situation, and then maybe use my mobility in order to win the game. So let's see how it goes. You know what, I will go back into the bushes of the enemy team and then try to outspot both tanks on the 1 and 2 lane. So here we go. Now my goal is to here you go, nice, and bam. Okay, so now am I spotted? No, I'm not spotted, but for sure the KV2 player will ping the map to the BZ-176. So my game plan is, and he will most likely turn around. So my game plan now is to leave the scenery and to make a huge flanking move, and I will work with the view range circles. So my camo is, I don't know, certainly 20% or so. So I have to make sure that the BZ-176 stays out of, let's say, 80% of my wide view range circle, and so I want to make a huge flanking move. And actually I should consider that I need to calculate or think of my my camo value while moving, right? Because I am moving around, and in a medium tank, your camo, your stationary camo, and your moving camo is not the same value, right? Okay, so I want to fall back. I have 2 minutes 50 seconds to go, so I think there's one chance of winning the game, and this is to fall into the back of the BZ-176. So I will do basically the same thing that I did against the KV2. I will try to approach him using the bushes and then get the first spotting advantage, and then maybe hopefully take a shot into the rear of the tank where the armor is penetrable. And so let's see how it goes. This game is super close, and I was sweating playing this game, so let's see how it goes. So 1 chance of winning the game. Super close. He made lots of kills, I made lots of kills. 2 top tier tanks fighting for victory in this game, and of course I have the spotting advantage and the mobility, which I am using. Here you go, there he is, and oh no, I donked this shot, and Oh no, he's able to take me out. I don't know, I think he was hiding behind the wreck of the KV2. If so, that was an extremely smart move by him. I'm actually not sure, but I think he was hiding behind the wreck so that I could not approach him from the rear. And meanwhile, of course, he has turned his superb frontal armor towards the other side. So very good play by this BZ176 player, but nonetheless I am super happy. 3600 damage, of course a top tier game, but a very close one. And let's now take a look to the second game. Alright, second game. This time we're playing another Polish medium tank, the CS59 on Fisherman's Bay, spawning in the south. And let's first of all take a look at the map. Spawning on Fisherman's Bay in the south with the medium tank, you have several options. You can go to the middle, to this position, and try to outspot the tanks which are playing here, maybe get one or another shot. And I think that this is the most important position, right here in the middle, to basically man this position and to not leave it to the enemy forces. You can also try to support your heavy tanks, but you can also play more defensively, go into this bush and then simply try to shoot either towards the middle or towards those tanks once they get spotted. Alright, so in this scenario I want to start a bit more defensively. Now, why is this? Well, first of all, there's no light tank, so I could play actually in the middle because I am a medium tank. Now, the problem is that I'm a stock tank. So I play the CS59er completely stock. I have the stock engine, the stock turret, the stock gun, plus my crew has not reached 100% yet. So I am basically in a stock tank, and my firepower is, well, how can I say it? My battle value overall is relatively limited, and I think even compared to the tier 8 medium tanks in this game. So yes, on paper it's a top tier scenario, but then in reality it is not so much, and it's actually a low tier scenario for me. Now, this is why I wanted to start a bit more defensively. And yes, our team has a WoT, the enemy team does not, so not too much of a problem when it comes to spotting. However, nonetheless, I am inferior, not only against the WoT but also against other medium tanks. So this is why I decided to start a little bit more defensively, and this is always an option on this map. So you can get crossfire towards the middle, maybe onto the AMBT. Let's see, he's being over aggressively, and here you go. So the first shot onto the AMBT, and yep, I'm spotted, and I'm waiting with falling back, which is a stupid idea. If you take a shot, you should always instantaneously reverse and fall back, so not to eat a shot like I did. Fortunately, I bounced this shot, but could have been the first 360 damage. And I think this was a hit. Nice. So yeah, this is what you should always do. Okay, now the problem that I see is that there's no medium tank now playing in the middle, and I think the middle is super important, and so I want to change my position and move towards the middle so that at least one medium tank is playing the middle. Yes, the Vipera is now also approaching to this position. However, he does not have the spotting advantage, simply because I think his camo value is lackluster, and certainly his view range is. So I want to go to the middle and help my team and maybe spot the remaining medium tanks. At least play the middle so that this is not happening, so that our heavy tanks cannot get flanked. And this was obviously a lucky timing. But this is actually a good example why you should play the middle, why at least one player should play the middle. Now our team is making pressure on the one lane, which is good. So maybe we can gain map control. And yeah, okay. I think I need to fall back because artillery is focusing me. Maybe I should fall back to the house and play somewhat RT safe. Okay. The crew is now stunned, but it is over now. And you know what? I will simply move out and then fall back instantaneously but I'm not spotted. Okay, so I'm not spotted. Maybe I can simply take a shot here. Maybe there's only the T-44. Yes, all the tanks have been spotted so far, so I think there's only the T-44 playing in the middle. So you know what, maybe, okay, here this tank is okay, let's see. Ah, nice. Here we can kick a shot onto the T-44, which is playing at this position. Nice. And behind the house we are safe from him, so we will simply wait until we're not spotted anymore. Takes about 10 seconds, approximately 10 seconds. And keep in mind, if Wargaming changes the crew skills as they have just announced, then you cannot be sure that you will not be spotted after 10 seconds anymore, because there are lots of crew skills which will change this either to a longer period or to a shorter period, depending on your crew skills that you have reached or that you are using, and obviously also compared to the crew skills of the opponent tank. Okay, so our team has won the one lane. Nice. And so we can finally advance and maybe get a cross shot towards the UDAS 16 in the middle, which will soon be spotted. I think I'm spotted by the UDAS, maybe by the Löwe, but if the K91 now approaches, yeah, okay, he's shooting towards me, and I luckily bounced this shot. And there's the T-44, and here you go. I want to help the K91. Fully aim in. Nice. We can take another shot. So if you're playing stock, you have to fully aim in your shots. Even then, some shots will miss, like this one, but you have to fully aim in your shots. Okay, so can we get another shot onto the UDAS? Oh, okay, yeah. This is, if you're playing in a stock tank, this is so frustrating from times to times. And now he's hiding in cover. Okay, yeah. So far so good. At least we have much more HP compared to the adversary tanks. Now, besides this, they have the gun advantage, and they've won the heavy flank. But so far so good. Hopefully the K91 will not get killed, and meanwhile we want to get a shot onto the ST1. He's now behind the house. Maybe he advances further. Let's see, can we take out? No, he's behind cover, but maybe now. Okay, you go. Okay, that was a low roll. Okay, but now he's taken out. Excellent, and we can fall back into cover. Okay, so 8-8, so the game is super close. Let's see, can we get a cross shot onto the now we take the shot, but no hit here, and maybe, okay, no, he's not. Okay, super close game once again. And let's see. Okay, so can we get a shot onto the UDAS 16? This would be good. It would be superb if we could take out this tank, because he is fighting against the Panther 2, and I think the Panther 2 has no chance whatsoever against the hull down UDAS 16. So we'll see how it goes. Now I'm right now not worried about the map control. Maybe the T-34-3 is pushing. Maybe the T-34-3 is pushing over the K lane and then falling into our back, but so far I think there's not a problem, because our two tanks, the T-44 and the Vipera, are still almost full HP, so not a problem at all. 929, the Panther 2 is luckily still alive, and our artilleries have also relocated, which you will not see this very often if you ask me. Usually artillery players tend to maintain at the same position and then obviously get taken out in such a dynamic situation. Okay, so I think what will happen next is that the UDAS 16 will approach the position of the Lorraine 155, because what he should do is he should try to flank us and then fall into the back of our tanks. And so here you go. Okay, so the T-34 has done what I actually did not suspect him to do. He has flanked our team, and so I need to fall back so that he cannot get a shot towards me, and then I need to attack him and make sure that he is taken out of the game. So 9-11. or 4 versus 6 tanks. The good thing is that we have 1 artillery, but then the bad thing is obviously, okay, let's fully aiming in this shot. Nice, we can take a shot onto the T-34-3. Now we are spotted, so the UDA-16 also knows that we are in this position. But maybe, hopefully we can take him out. Now I think we have to help the T-44 and the Vipera. The Vipera is already low HP. He's lost quite some of its HP. And now, okay, perfect. The T-34 is brawling against the T-44. Nice. And so this gives us the chance to help him out. And we can even stay hidden. And nice, we can take him out. Excellent. Okay, 2.3k damage. Nice. And we could help the Vipera and the T-44. Now, the next thing that I am foreseeing is that the UDA-16 will approach the A1 position where the Lorraine 50-155 is playing. I'm damn sure, because this would be the smartest move that he can do, and as soon as he reaches this position we have a problem. So let's fall back here. Now the CS-59 is super slow if it is in a stock configuration, as you can see. Yeah, that's just how it is. Now if you wonder why the reticle is relatively small, that's simply because I'm using the reticle skill. Okay, there he is. Okay, he is approaching my position, and so I want to fall back. Maybe he is aggressively pushing, giving me the chance of, yeah, looks like, nice. Okay, perfect. That was a stupid mistake by him. He should have played hull down. Instead he is aggressively over peaking, trying to get the Lorraine 155 and then my tank, and so this gives me the chance to take him out. Unfortunately our team has lost the T-44, and so it's a 3 versus 3 situation. How thrilling. And now the next thing I want to do is I want to fight closer with the Vipera. Okay, unfortunately the E75 is making pressure, which is a good decision, and let's try to get 1 shot onto him. I will get spotted after I take a shot, and I bounce this shot. Okay, that was super unfortunate. I should have aimed at the turret, because he kind of angled his tank, so which made it extremely hard for me to. Okay, now that's another thrilling situation. Now it's a 1v1 against the E75, and I have to make sure that I do not expose my tank too much. Nonetheless, I need to maintain behind the rocks so that the E75 does not get a shot of opportunity towards my tank. Now he can penetrate me whatsoever, and there's the T-44 already sitting in the middle and trying to aim at my position. So I think I will have to take a shot of the T-44, but I will rather take a shot of the T-44, and maybe I can get a shot on the E-75. Nice, he bounces his shot. Excellent. This gives me the chance of circling around him. Then he might have the chance of taking 1 further shot, which is fine, but I think I have enough HP and I can take him out. Hopefully he doesn't burn me, and yep, I take a shot and I can take out the E-75. I think this was the game-winning situation. And we made 3,200 damage, and that was super important. And now, so in this situation you have to use your DPM, because this is the only chance how you can survive against such an heavily armored heavy tank. Okay, and now, okay, perfect, and the Vipera can finally take out the E-75. Okay, let me just add a couple of things. So in such a situation you always have to use your DPM, and so if you are in a light or in a medium tank, then circle the heavy tank, and due to the fact that my tank has been stock, I was unable to fully circle him, so he had the chance of taking 1 shot, which is fine because I still have the HP remaining. I would actually still have the HP to take maybe another shot of him, and so what you want to do is you want to simply make sure that he cannot hide, and that you can use his reload in order to yeah, basically squeeze out multiple shots to him, and so we could take him out. Okay, yeah, the game was super close, 2 super close games. I hope you enjoyed those videos, and I am currently grinding the Polish tech tree line, and yeah, but but playing a stock tank is obviously not so much fun. This has been one of my better games, but yeah, be sure there have been also some really bad games in a stock scenario, but that's just how it is. Alright guys, that was it for today with my closest games in 2023. How did you like those two games? Would you have managed to win the first one? What do you think about stock grinds in World of Tanks? Just leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Consider subscribing to my channel, and I see you next time in another World of Tanks video.